Oh, hi. Friday Kitchen Talk. How to enjoy holidays while sticking to our healthy habits. So I was actually recently asked that question and I started really thinking on the long-term answer. Fix my scarf. I'll just keep it this way. And while there's so many ways, I'd like to share with you, I think the best tool how to enjoy the holidays, and in fact any time of life when we go into the holiday mode, into vacation mode, into celebration mode, into stressed mode, any time of the life and year where it's kind of off our normal routine. And today I'm going to focus this conversation on really the holiday spirit while sticking or keeping commitment to our healthy habits. Hi there. I wonder who is watching. Okay. And first of all, I just want to get this out of the way because I think when we ask this question, and by the way, if this is a question for you, if you heard someone mentioning it, please let me know. Just put it in the comments. How do I enjoy holidays or any time of the year while still sticking to my healthy habits? The ones that you're already maybe working on and established and like you're afraid that you're going to get off the trail. So what I'd like to get out of the way, kind of build the bridge towards the message, is this concept of, can you guess, guilt. I'm feeling when we ask this question, this kind of the conscious, subconscious feel of guilty. It's almost like we're feeling guilty beforehand for not staying committed, for overeating, for not exercising. Hey, Shannon. And the feeling of guilt is an interesting feeling of guilt. In fact, I learned that the feel of guilt and the feel of reward are activated in the same part of the brain. Duh. Now that's interesting to take a look at it deeper. That is why this habit loop is so vicious cycle. By the way, you see my homemade bun. Okay, so the feeling of guilt. Before we jump into how do I stay committed to my healthy habits and still enjoying the holidays, let's please get away from that feel of guilt. And how we do that, let's just make a decision to enjoy the foods, enjoy the time. And if I overeat, I just gotta overeat, honestly. Give yourself permission of a freedom meal. By the way, there's a difference between freedom meal and the freedom day or freedom weekend or the freedom week. Makes sense, right? So let's just take this meaning or the feel of guilt away from our intention of live and enjoy the holidays. So let me bring you the concept. There are going to be 3 points. And the concept is, you probably heard if you received my emails, of the mental preparation. What is the mental preparation? The mental preparation is like mental rehearsal. In fact, that was discovered by athletes who were asked to sit down and mentally walk every single minute, sometimes second, of the important competition. So they don't have to discover the competition. They already know exactly what's going to happen because they mentally rehearsed it. By the way, there was a study when the 2 groups of athletes, where one group was physically rehearsing the competition and the second group was mentally rehearsing the competition. Guess which group won in terms of the competition? Actually, none. They did the same. But when you do the mental rehearsal, it's just as excellent when you're already living through the experience. Since the holidays are just coming, we can't live through them yet. Let's mentally rehearse. So what the mental rehearsal means is really just sitting down quietly and just walk yourself through that day or that event or the meal. And the way it might look like is 3 steps. What am I going to do before? literally just walk mentally through the steps. What am I going to do during and after? And by the way, what I'd like to do, let me see if I can put it in the chat. I can never succeed at using the chat properly when I talk. But we're going to do that with a healthy holiday eating conversation next Wednesday. It is a free event for those who come live, and then I'm going to record it and put into our subscription or on demand, which is $35 a month. So I put it in the chat events. You will see the healthy holiday eating. With that, we're going to actually walk through what do you do the day prior, the morning of, on the way, when you open the door, when you smell that food, when you pick up the plate, how do you choose the foods, how do you eat, like what do you do while eating, what do you do after. So mental rehearsal is really crucially important. If nothing else from this conversation, just take this message. And now I'm resisting to give you 2 more. But the second tool, which is actually a part of mental rehearsal, is I like calling it the tool. The tool is when, then. It's actually, yeah, it is a part of mental rehearsal. When I decide to eat an extra dessert, then I'm going to say out loud, hey, who wants to join me for after Thanksgiving calorie burn? When I overeat, then I'm going to say, that's fine. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Get up and go for a 10-minute walk. So mentally prepare yourself for different circumstances. In fact, I often ask, okay, so let's play plan A, plan B, plan C. So that can be when, then tool, okay? And it's really up to you. So decide like what might happen in that day, in that event. Okay. And the last but not the least, if everything else fails, quote unquote, and you know, this feeling of guilt starts coming up, just let it be, let it go, say, okay, in our dimension, it is what it is. I'm not going to feel guilty, but what I'm going to do is to take the very next step to go back on the train. It can be go for a walk, it can be you ate fresh protein, or you take more water, whatever it is that the next step to come back to your healthy habits train. Does it make sense? Okay. So with that said, how to enjoy holidays, and I'm looking at my notes. How to enjoy holidays while still sticking to your healthy habits. So let's think about taking the feeling of guilt away. Why are we feeling guilty before it even starts? And really mentally preparing, walk yourself through before, during, and after. Play the game when, then. And decide to get back on the train of your healthy habits right away. In fact, that is why after Thanksgiving calorie burn exists. Literally, that's the name. Calories in, calories out, eat more, burn more. So feel free to join us as well. And it's in the same page, Coaching by Nadia /events. We have healthy holiday eating. We have after Thanksgiving calorie burn, live streamed workout. And I just put a vision board workshop there as well. Okay, before we go, let me know how this conversation resonates with you. What's the one point that kind of stands out for you? Maybe you have an example. When, then. I like those. Okay, and enjoy your holidays.